Alright, what's going on, guys? We are doing a Night in the Swamp Kingdom Rush Vengeance on Veteran mode. And this is the second level of the Elite campaign for the Swamp campaign. We have our level 10 hero, everything is maxed out. I'm switching out the artillery for the Furnace because we'll make good use of that this level. And for the upgrade, since we had beaten the game, everything should be maxed out. I chose the Burly guys with the Infernal Nova over the Pitchforks. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, welcome back. So we're going to start off by putting a Mausoleum all the way upgraded on the bottom center, and then for another Mausoleum up towards the middle row. I put a level 1, it should be level 2 now, I forgot to upgrade the points, but you'll want to upgrade. I think actually you can get it to level 3 with your starting cash. So do that. I'm having my hero just chill in the middle of these two towers, ideally, so they will, as they come down, they'll take the most amount of damage. Now our hero can't actually attack the ghost because they can't are immune to physical attacks, but maybe we can drop some reinforcements and get a Pit Lord. That would be nice. But it doesn't really matter. They're going to die to the mage towers. So at the end of this wave, I had a fully upgraded Mausoleum. So at this point, going into wave 2, you should have 2 fully upgraded Mausoleums in the center area, just like I have my guys. At the bottom there, you'll see the skeletons start to spawn. And these guys are obviously weak to archers, so we're going to get some harassers. And I'm putting my hero just chilling out at the center area, just to try to get the max amount of damage. Just plop your stuff and use your crystal when you see a good time to use it. Like I said, you can be fairly liberal with it because the cooldown isn't that long. So I dropped my soul impact there, and we are on wave 3. So there will be more ghosts coming, like you see right now, at this top lane. So that's why I upgraded the Mausoleum to level 2. So we should have 3 Mausoleums now. And this is really important because if you don't have any Mausoleums, you just kind of lose the game because the ghosts slip right past. So use your crystal at the right time and make sure you have at least a level 2. I had a level 3 Mausoleum upgraded now. Then you should be fine. But what you really don't want to do is have to drop a soul impact on the ghost. That's like really worst case scenario. Now you can see these werewolves are clumping up. I used my crystal on them. And then as far as upgrades go, I went ahead and put all my points into the Mausoleum again. So we have 3 fully upgraded level 4 Mausoleums going into wave 4. So we're going to try to kill off these werewolves. They're starting to clump up here, so I just dropped my soul impact on the werewolves. And I called in the wave, so we're on wave 5 now. At this point, you need to immediately spend your money on a Inferno Mage at the bottom. You can see where the ghosts are coming in. This is another case of basically have the magic damage or you lose the game. So with the fully upgraded Mausoleum in the center and then the Inferno Mage level 2 at the bottom, we should have enough to kill off the ghosts. In the meantime, we just want to upgrade our Harasser Tower and put our hero here to kill off the skeletons. And you'll just get a lot of skeletons. Notice I put another tower, archer tower in the center towards the top. This is going to be really important going into wave 6. Our hero does a really good job of stalling out the skeletons. And a level 3 archer tower now. You'll see me do an interesting strat here. I dropped the soul impact to kill off the skeletons. I'm going to move my hero up this lane a little bit because there will be a lot more skeletons spawning. What you want to do is stall out the skeletons so that the mage towers can focus on the bone golem thing. It's really important that this thing gets focused on and the skeletons don't get mixed up between the bone golems. So just put your guy, like my hero, standing up top, and I'm upgrading the archer tower to kill off the skeletons quickly. And I'm just kiting. You can see I kind of kite my harassers back so the bone golem will just die to the mage tower. And then I move him back up. Now, of course, because this is the swamp part, your towers will get overgrown. So you'll have to constantly pay attention to see if something is overgrown, and you'll need to pay the money, the 20 gold, so that you can take off the overgrowth like that. It's really annoying. It costs you money, but there's nothing you can do about it. It's just random, and it happens. You can see our hero is doing a great job, though, of stalling out these skeletons, and we now have a fully upgraded skeleton, or archer tower, and that does really a ton of damage on these skeleton guys. I also put, so the furnace tower we started with, I put a level 1 furnace at the central area. This is going to be really important because we're having a furnace at the bottom and then another at this key choke point at the top. So you can see at the top I put a harasser tower, a furnace, and then a inferno mage. And then at this bottom area I put one one furnace right next to our harasser tower. And now going into wave 7 you get these wolves, and the wolves are actually weak against mages. They have a little bit of armor and they're very fast. They're not, basically you just have to have guys to stall them out while the mausoleums kill them. Not too big of a deal, but if you're not ready for it, they'll just run right past your defenses because they're so fast. Now, the bottom, we're just getting more ghosts, so again, I upgraded Inferno Tower to level 3, and we should have enough magic damage to kill them. That and a little bit of use from that crystal was enough to kill them off. And here we're getting a combination. So we have the bats, which stun your guys. We have the ghost, or the wolves coming from the top and the bottom now. So make sure that you upgrade your harasser tower so that you can stall out the ghost, or stall out the wolves. And our hero could probably be rotated to the bottom. He's not really doing much standing there, but I go ahead and drop a soul impact to help kill off these wolves. I don't want them slipping past the harassers because I know if they do that, they're probably going to get all the way through my defenses. So that bat almost makes it past, but thankfully the clutch hero power is going to save us from losing a life, and that will be the end of wave 8. So going into wave 9, we're going to just get more anti-skeleton, so that means more physical damage. We're upgrading our archer tower. We bought a new archer tower, got its level 3. Cleared away the growth from the furnace. And we're moving our hero down to the bottom lanes just to choke everything up right here. If you've made it this far, this wave is pretty simple. It's just going to be upgrading a couple towers and just having your hero plop right in the center. Make sure you take away the growth, though, whenever you get it on the archer tower, because the archer tower is really important for killing off the bats and everything. But not too much to say about this wave. It's pretty straightforward. I upgraded our furnace. As you can see, it's got the little point on the top now. And this does considerably more damage. It's going to be our main stalling between that and harassers. And it's a really, really good area to put a furnace because it hits from 3 different angles. Okay, so this wave, you're going to want to have an Inferno Mage at the top. You can see we get tons of these skeletal golem things. They have tons of armor, and they pretty much are only vulnerable to mage towers because they have so much armor that they kind of just shrug off all of other attacks. They do get slowed by the furnace, thankfully, but otherwise they're very, very resistant to physical damage. Now you see me move my hero and drop my reinforcements and things. I tried to clump them up as best as possible so I could drop a good soul impact. I probably would let him walk down a little bit before I choke them out, just so that the mausoleum can be damaging them too. So I think I missed out on quite a bit of damage by not having that mausoleum be in range for the initial couple guys. So just keep that in mind. You probably want to be careful where you choke them, because if you choke them outside of your tower range, you're going to miss out on a lot of damage. Now, getting through this wave, you just have to have the magic damage. So you can see the upgraded mausoleums and then the upgraded Inferno Mage Tower is going to be doing a lot of work on these guys. I also upgrade the Furnace just because I want the damage. Because we are in wave 11 now, you'll see these wolves start to spawn. So pay attention to that while you're trying to kill off the the big skeletal golem guys. Don't let them distract you from the fact that you have wolves running at the bottom. So I quickly move my hero down to the bottom to cover that wave because I have nothing to stop them from getting past once the harassers are dead. And here is just, it's kind of tricky at this point. I'm quickly upgrading my barrack tower. So more harassers, dropping a soul impact. Keep my hero at the bottom because I know I have to get these wolves. Can't let them slip by. And I'm upgrading a mausoleum on the very back towards the top there, knowing that that should be enough magic damage to finish off the last of these golems. And we're just trying to keep them in range as much as we can with our magic towers. And getting to the end of level 11 is very tight because those bone golems will last in 2 whole waves. They last all the way, starting at wave 10 all the way through wave 11. So they are really, really a pain. But thankfully we have enough damage to finish this guy off. I pop my reinforcements on top of them. I hire a gargoyle. And it is a very close call there at the top. But if you can make it through that, I think that is probably the worst of it. You'll see these skeleton guys. They're like skeleton mage guys. They are very pesky. They summon the regular skeletons. And you have to be very careful because they will overwhelm your defenses if you're not careful. They die fairly quickly if they're focused, but they do overwhelm your defenses. Now, what you want to do is move your hero so he can stand on top of them. And you want to try to have your archer towers focus on the skeletal mage dudes. If you can do that, you're good to go. But you have to be very careful. At the top, you also see a lot of guys start to spawn. So you can see me upgrade the Infernus all the way to level 4. That's going to give us a ton of stalling power and just be very, very annoying for the enemies to deal with. Our hero is going to die, unfortunately. He's going to get picked off by the skeletal mage. But that's okay. He did his job. Plop your reinforcements on top of the skeletal guys and kind of ignore the bone golems. They will die to the mage towers for the most part. And it's really just keeping an eye on both waves. Notice I haven't called the wave in yet because I'm really wanting to make sure these skeletal mages die before I call in the next wave. I actually lost a game because I called it in too early and my defenses weren't ready to handle the next wave. So just be careful with that. And there we go. I'm ready to call it in. You get the wolves. Notice the gargoyles are coming out now from these towers. There's lots of stalling power. You want to make sure your hero is kind of standing at the bottom, and I think I dropped a soul impact here because of all these wolves that are coming. And here we just kind of plug and chug. Want to just upgrade what makes sense. I get an Inferno Mage upgraded. I upgrade some harassers in the very back at the bottom, just kind of preemptively, because I know that these wolves could slip past at any second. And I'm upgrading the harassers in the center, so they're fully upgraded now. And I'm just getting the gargoyles out. Upgrade what makes sense. Focus on, if you think you need more damage, go with the mages. If you think you need more stalling, upgrade your harassers. And something else I did, I think, which was really important this wave, was I put, you can see I have the upgraded archer towers now towards the bottom of the, well, on the far right hand side. So we're going to be putting the corrupting arrows, the shadow marks. And it's really going to help take care of these skeletons and the skeletal mages, so make sure you do that. My hero's just kind of standing in the center. He could probably be on top of the skeletal mages. These ghosts are going to walk right past him anyway, so it's kind of silly for him to be there. But I think he was stunned from the bats. I think that's why he wasn't moving. But the less guys the skeletals spawn, the mages spawn, the better. So if you can stall them out, it's ideal. I drop a soul impact here. I tried to hit the skeletal mages and some of the skeletons. And I'm really worried about the skeletal mages clumping up and summoning mass amounts of guys, because that will wreck my defenses. But between the corrupting arrows, and then I also get some crows here in a second. I think that was a fun upgrade just to help deal with this. It's a very situational upgrade, but I think it was useful here. And you can see the wave is starting to thin out now. This initial mass of skeletal mages, they're starting to die, thankfully, before they were able to summon too much stuff. And we do get a couple crow towers now that the arrows are all maxed out. Our hero is just standing up there to try to stall them. And it's going to be just a combination of paying attention to your towers, because some of the Inferno mages like to get overgrown, like that one just did. So make sure you're always chopping down those roots. And then same thing with the archer towers. Those are your critical towers that kind of have to be firing most of the time. The harasser towers don't, because the harassers will still stall and do damage regardless. They just won't spawn more guys very fast. And yeah, just go ahead and spend your money efficiently. I like the runes as well for the Inferno Mages. They cause enemies to take more damage. You can go Gargoyles if you're worried about guys slipping past. The Crow's Nest are very fun against those Skeletal Mages because they just do a ton of extra damage, and they're very weak against physical attacks, so that is a good option. And that is it, guys. That last Skeletal Mage is almost dead. There we go. Goodbye. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you found that helpful. And I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.